Monday Night Raw was in Everett, Washington tonight, and you start the show off with Seth Rollins coming out to the ring. Becky eventually comes out, and I guess they're just going to be portrayed as like a power couple now. I think that's what WWE sees them, and they are both champions, and they're both talking about what happened last night. Eventually, Baron Corbin's music plays, and you have Lacey Evans come and attack Becky. Becky starts to fight back. Then Corbin comes to the ring, and he fights with Rollins. Eventually, Seth and Becky stand tall as Corbin and Lacey Evans retreat. So they're building up to a mixed tag. I don't know when they're going to do it. It probably is at Extreme Rules. I don't know if it's going to be a stipulation. The rumor is it was supposed to be Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin in the tables match at Extreme Rules. Maybe they changed that. Hopefully they did, because I really don't want to see that. I don't think anyone in their right mind wants to see Baron Corbin challenge for the title again, but that could happen. But that's clearly what they're going to have. So eventually Lacey gets on the mic, and she says, if it wasn't for Becky, Baron Corbin says if it was for Becky, he'd be Universal Champion, and then Baron says Lacey is the only real woman around here. He would choose Lacey as his partner in a mixed tag anytime soon. Lacey accepts the offer and suggests that the match take place at Extreme Rules. Becky says that's fine, and then what happens is when Becky says, Becky says, when you lose, you are both done. So I don't know if it's a title match. I don't know if both titles are on the line. You're not going to have no more chances. And then Becky, they both agree. And then they say, Lacey says they want to race it with a stipulation as their own. And then Baron says both championships are on the line, and a winner take all match. So that's probably the main event. Winner take all mixed tag match. You go to Jimmy Uso, and he says, just some stupid Uso gimmick. You have Daniel Bryan, Rowan, Scott Dawson in the Revival, Dash and Dawson with Bryan Rowan, and you have an elimination tag match with them against New Day and the Usos. New Day came out, and the Usos came out and cut the promo. It goes on for a while. You have Daniel Bryan being pinned up by Xavier Woods, which made no sense. Then immediately you have the Shadow Machine to Xavier, so New Day are out. And eventually it comes down to Revival and the Usos, so it goes on for a while. I don't know where they're going to go here, but the Usos get the win. I assume the Usos probably face Revival for the title soon. They show Roman Reigns. They show Shane McMahon talking about Roman Reigns. We see Braun Strowman pulling a tractor trailer, so preparing for the tug of war with Bobby Lashley tonight. They show Miz TV, and it's just really boring. I'm sorry, he does stuff with R-Truth, and Miz bores me to death as a face. So yeah, we go backstage with Drake Maverick. You have Carmella, you have a lot of shit that doesn't matter. You have the 24/7 title R-Truth against Drake Maverick. Truth wins, and after the match, there's a whole bunch of shit happens. You have the whole Benny Hill stuff happen. Truth loses the title, and then he wins it back, and he loses it again and wins it back. He keeps it after he pins EC3, so EC3 is a complete loser. You had Corbin and Evans backstage talking about their big opportunity. So next, we go through the craziest part of the show, the most eventful part. You have a tag match. You have Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre in a handicap match. So Roman's having a lot of trouble here. He's taking a beating. Drew is pissed off because he lost last night, and Drew has Roman cornered. He's holding Roman Reigns back, and Roman's stuck in the corner, and Shane goes to the top rope. He's going to do the coast to coast. All of a sudden, you hear the Undertaker's gong hit, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, what the fuck? Undertaker is in Everett, Washington. I don't know why. I think he lives in Austin, Texas. I don't know why he's here. Undertaker shows up out of nowhere. Holy shit. The fans lose their mind. I marked out a bit. He chokeslams Shane McMahon. He takes down McIntyre out of the ring. It's nuts. And it was crazy. Both Shane and Drew leave, and he does the pose when he gets on the knee, and he doesn't acknowledge Roman a lot, and it makes you think, are they going and trying to do a Roman Reigns Undertaker match, like a rematch? because that's where I think they're going. It could be a tag match, Undertaker and Roman against Shane and Drew, and then Undertaker and Roman at SummerSlam. But I don't know why Undertaker came back here and made it's like wow, I'm not expecting that. Maybe it's just a surprise, but it was really cool. It was a great segment. Seeing Undertaker back's really good. So they're doing a whole tug of war. So what happens in the tug of war is Lashley destroys Strowman at first. He's about to put him over the finish line, and Strowman freezes, and he does reuses the rope, and he brings Lashley across the finish line. So Strowman outpowers Lashley. He wins, and he is able to just rush Lashley with the rope, and then Lashley attacks him, and they go back and forth. And you had Lashley take him down, and Strowman gets some offense back, but then Lashley hits a flying knee to the back and lays out Strowman. So unfortunately, this feud continues. There'll be some stupid gimmick match at Extreme Rules. Charlie Caruso, it was strange. It was a very awkward interview with AJ Styles. He had Charlie interviewing AJ. AJ says he's ready to come back to the ring, and then he just pauses and he sees Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows doing the Congo line. These guys will be gone soon. So you have Anderson and Gallows against the Viking Raiders, Ivar and Eric. They have nothing for these. Whatever you call them. So Eric and Ivar win. It was just these guys have nothing. Hopefully they give them something more to do. The show backstage, and we see Alexa Bliss. We finally see what's the aftermath of last night. Nikki says she's sorry and she lost control, and then Alexa rips into Nikki for a bit, and she says Bayley's good at crushing dreams, and then Nikki says that there has to be a way to get a rematch, and Alexa wants to get a plan. We go back, and then you see Nikki Cross alone in the locker room, and she's confronted by Natalia and Naomi, who tell her to get away from Alexa Bliss. Alexa says she knows what Nikki is doing. They go back and forth. Naomi and Alexa have a confrontation that sets up a match later, and you have Alexa and Naomi later in the show. So you had the whole 24/7 stuff, R-Truth. I think I said that's where all the change happened. It happened now, all the stupid changes. I went from Heath Slater and Truth and Alexander, then to EC3, and then back to Truth. He had Ricochet and every era talking about the match, and then he puts over AJ. Kofi comes out throwing pancakes. Like, why does this guy throw pancakes? It's such a joke. He comes out for his match with Sami Zayn, and he actually cuts a promo first on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and Sami comes out and sets this match up, Kofi against Sami. It was good match. Sami Zayn's good. I think the guy just does not look like a star. I don't know. The guy kind of looks like a scrub. Owens was there accompanying him. It looks like that's the next feud. Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston, probably in some sort of gimmick match at Extreme Rules, because Owens was the one who got the one pin on Xavier Woods at the pay-per-view. So Kofi Kingston and Sami Zayn goes on for a while, and then Kofi hits a sunset flip and he gets the win. Then he had Kevin Owens get on the mic and says he does not believe Kofi's a good champion, and he asks him to come back to the ring. Kofi goes against Kevin Owens. It goes on for a while, and they have a battle. Then they get to the outside, and Kofi hits an SOS on the ramp. Both men are down, and Kofi's able to get back in the ring. He beats the 10, and then after the match, you have Sami Zayn go after Kofi. Kofi battles back, and then he hits back the entrance, and Samoa Joe, out of nowhere, destroys Kofi. So it looks like that's where they're going, Joe and Kofi. Joe destroys him. He lays him out, and officials help him back, but then Joe comes out and applies the Coquina Clutch. I don't expect Samoa Joe to win the belt. There's probably no way, but it would be really cool. I really hope to give it to Joe. That'd be a good way. They show Undertaker his return, and then they announce at Extreme Rules Undertaker's going to be there. It's going to be Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. So next you have a really weird match here, Naomi and Alexa Bliss. So it starts off weird. Naomi hits a kick, and then she hits a split to avoid Alexa, and then she is going after her, and Alexa pulls her down, and Alexa is quickly, Naomi accidentally hits Nikki, and Alexa quickly hits a DDT, and it was a quick match. It was basically not really a squash, but it was almost like that. Alexa pins Naomi, And Alexa never really beat Naomi. That's strange. I think that's weird. Bailey never beats Alexa, and Alexa never really beats Naomi until the last 2 nights. They kind of broke those streaks. Then after the match, Alexa wants to beat up Naomi. Nikki refuses, and they have a battle. It goes back and forth, and Nikki shoves her down. And then Natalya makes a save, and it sets up a tag match. You have Nikki Cross and Alexa against Naomi. Natalya goes on for a while. This sets up a place for Alexa and Nikki to probably go for the belt and probably win the belt soon. Looks like that's where they're going. You have Nikki hit a swinging neck breaker on Natalya, and they get the win. So Alexa and Nikki stand tall. They won 2 straight matches. I think they probably are going to take the belts from the Iconics soon because the Iconics have done nothing. That's probably where they're going next. And they're going to push them. So they show AJ and Ricochet walking in the back, and that's your match. You have AJ Styles and Ricochet in the main event non-title match. They show Gallows and Anderson making their way to the ring. And they have a very good match, very entertaining match, very good main event. Both these guys are great. I'd love to see them have a great match at SummerSlam for the title, and I hope they continue this feud. Hopefully it's just getting started. But AJ gets the win. He hits Ricochet with the phenomenal form, and after the match, they both celebrate as the show ends. And that was a very good main event. So overall, I thought Raw was actually pretty decent this week. I thought it was a pretty decent show. It had some good stuff here. Not a great show, but pretty good. I have to say, Washington's been a good crowd. I mean, they were good last night in Tacoma and here in Everett. They were good. This was also Daniel Bryan's hometown, I believe, and he got pinned quickly, so also makes sense. But the Undertaker surprise was easily the best part of the show. No one was expecting that, and he had a very good main event with AJ and Ricochet. And I'd say overall this was an entertaining show, so I actually enjoyed my Raw. I don't know how this happened. This is like 2 for 2 for WWE. They had a good pay-per-view and a good Raw. Hopefully we get a good SmackDown tomorrow night. So suddenly WWE's product, for as bad as it's been this past year, it's starting to turn the corner.